Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to take a look back at a figure that I've had for a very long time, but really holds up well and is still one of the most accurate figure representations of Brandon Lee as the Crow. And it is the Neca quarter scale Crow figure from, I don't know, it's over 15 years old, I think. I'm not sure the exact time of release. I did try to look it up, but couldn't quite manage to get a straight answer on that one. But like, one of the oldest videos I found on YouTube reviewing it was 15 years old, and one of the first comments was saying this figure's a classic, so it must have been out for a while at the time of that review, and that was 15 years ago. So yeah, I did do a little bit of a touch up with the paint job, the white paint job at least, not the black, because it was quite shiny and I just wanted it to look a bit more matte. So I just went over it literally just now here at the desk before I started filming, just to matte down the white paint a little bit. Unfortunately, I broke the Crow that comes with him many years ago. I think I've moved twice since I've owned this, so it's been with me all the time, and very glad to still have this in my collection. I also have the 7-inch version somewhere in storage, but as you can see, I mean, the likeness to Brandon Lee in this figure is absolutely incredible. So I hope you enjoy this little look back at a classic figure. Please drop a like on the video for me, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at DKnight333. But even all these years later, this figure still has a hell of a lot going for it. Not so much in the posability department, but it's still, to this day, including everything that's come since the release of this figure, it's still got one of the strongest likenesses to Brandon Lee, I believe. You know, the bone structure and that just plain expression. I think it's 100% him. And if like a real professional painter repainted one of these, made the eyes look really real, I would love to see that. Another thing it's got going for it is the fact that it's all sculpted, you know, plastic clothing, so none of it is going to deteriorate over time like with the 1/6 scale figures and the pleather material that is more than likely not going to last forever. We know that won't happen with the Hot Toys version. Many figures are starting to deteriorate. The Sideshow one remains to be seen. They use a different type of pleather. Apparently it's a bit more durable, so who knows. I have the Sideshow 1/6 Crow figure, so I'll let you know if anything ever happens with that. But because everything is sculpted here, it still looks as good as it did day one, right out of the box, all these years later. Get a nice little close up on the head sculpt here. Again, the actual sculpt is perfect, I think. Just needs an updated paint job. I'm not brave enough to tackle the eyes. I don't mind, you know, matting down the white paint and maybe even going over the black paint. Not that I need to do it with the black, but I'm glad I matted down the white finish a little bit. But the eyes are a little bit too intimidating for me. I don't think I'm going to be going near the eyes. But it's even got the scar across the nose. And the hair is sculpted really well. It's a good length. And overall, for the time it was released, this was, you know, and still is, very impressive. And he's got the ring around his neck as well. That's on a little bit of string. and considering the position of the feet, I'm always surprised that I've never had much trouble getting him to stand up. I mean, trusting him to do this when I'm not in the room, I wouldn't do that. I have a kind of corner over there in the end of the horror shelf where I kind of rest his hand up against one of those walls, and it just helps keep him stable. But he will stand up. That's the point, and he always has. Maybe he always will, but he stands up. He can get it done. But probably best to use some kind of stand with him. I have something set up that I'm going to bring in the room soon and start using with him, because I want to have him permanently on display. He was always in the room, it was just he was kind of on the carpet there, like where Chucky is in the background, and just didn't really have a spot for him. But I'm going to make a spot for him because I absolutely love this film. One of my absolute favorites of all time, and definitely one of the best comic book movies ever made. Deserves its place in the room. Let's get some footage of him turning on the rotating base. We can appreciate all the details of that coat as it turns. Every angle looks like Brandon Lee. I'll just give you a full turn here, and then we'll start to go down. And he does have a motion sensor talking function. Mine used to work, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case anymore. I did try it earlier and I couldn't get it to sound off, but it wasn't the best sound quality, but it was really nice that it did it. Let's check out the back of the coat here. Lots of amazing sculpted detail. Looks really natural and real. And the pants as well, with those buttons. All the wrinkles sculpted in. The tongues of the boots kind of flopping over. No laces. Beautiful work on those. And then the tie up at the back. Again, really nicely sculpted, and don't forget how old this figure is, folks. I'd love to see a new Ultimate Crow figure from Neca, 7-inch scale, with all the different head sculpts and posability and possibilities. I'm just going to really date this video by saying I think in an hour's time from now the trailer for Joker 2 comes out, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Okay, close up again. Really want to get up in his business here. Now, right there, it is a dead-on likeness, because there's the moment where he pushes open the doors to the church when he's going to rescue Sarah, and you get the moment where he's kind of walking down the center of the church towards the front, and he's kind of looking around, and we get a close-up just like this, and his eyes are kind of going around, checking out, you know, where the hell is everyone. And this really looks like just the bone structure, and that really looks like him to me here, like right there. I mean, the chin, the cheekbones, the brow, forehead, the nose. I mean, it's excellent, really truly excellent. And obviously, like I said, I have gone over the white paint with more of a matte paint. I will just show you what I was using for that, because I know I'll get questions. Yeah, that's what I use for pretty much everything to do with figures. Revel paint, aqua color, comes in these little blue tubs, and it's just, which one is it? Let me just go in. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just, yeah, white matte. That's what I use. That's my stuff. Always gets the jobs done, and it dries really quickly, which I love. You can make it dry quicker by just brushing the paintbrush over the top of it back and forth for a few seconds, and it'll just dry and smooth out. You never get any weird lumps or bumps. It's always a very smooth application and dries quick. I use it for everything. But I'm looking forward to seeing some Crow content on Justin's channel, Justin's collection. We've been talking about the Crow recently because he saw it for the first time and he really liked it, so I'm looking forward to hearing his thoughts on the film in his video and seeing the figure that he's got. Won't say which one it is in case he doesn't want to spoil that, but I am really excited to see his Crow content. So shout out to Justin if you're watching. And there's not much else to say about the figure really, folks, other than I think it's fantastic. I still think it's one of the very best Crow figures you can get. I mean, looking at this, there's no denying that it's pretty much a dead-on likeness. It looks fantastic. So there's quite a few on eBay at the moment. I had a look. They range from about 225, 250, 300. There's one brand new on there in the UK, I think. So go have a look on eBay if you don't have this, and if you're a big Crow fan, if you got somewhere to put this, it's worth doing because it's absolutely spectacular. So I definitely recommend it. What would I give this figure out of 10? I'm trying to remember everything it came with originally. Obviously you don't have the Crow that goes with him anymore. I don't think he came with a guitar. I think that was the smaller version. There was quite a few releases of the smaller one. I think my one was a double pack, where it was when he was before he put on the makeup, and then like a table with all the candles and makeup on it. You know the one, if you know the one. But yeah, Neca certainly did do a few versions of that. I think McFarlane released a few Crow figures as well. This is going way back to my early days of collecting, like some of the first stuff I ever collected figure wise. And I always had toys in the 80s growing up, Transformers, He-Man, Ghostbusters, all that stuff. But yeah, the Crow figures and some of the early McFarlane Alien stuff, Alien 3, Dog Alien, stuff like that, the Alien Resurrection figure, and the Freddy McFarlane figure as well from the first movie. Yeah, those were some of the very first, you know, collectible kind of figures I ever collected. So this one takes me back because it's a bigger version of, you know, some of the stuff from back in those days, and it holds up really well. So a high recommendation from me. Out of 10, I would give him, let's see, for what it is, you know, it's in the pose it's in. It's meant to be in this pose, so it was all about capturing that as best they could in the sculpt and the paint. I don't see any reason not to give this a 10. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 from me. Excellent piece. They're still out there on eBay, so I do recommend it. Drop a like on the video, folks. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Always good to hear from you, and I will see you soon on the channel. Take it easy. Bye bye.